At my stream that's not possible. But let's start with the map of Snorstump. It's already 9 o'clock. Many people are probably somewhere at the disco, partying maybe. And many also drove the match, or the test match of Frostburger. Test tournament. So let's oh wait, I want to keep this up and drive at the same moment. So I'll just start the stream. It's online just for a few minutes, but let's start anyway. Okay, so this is the last edition made by Snorstump. After me giving him some more tips, he adjusted his map again. This seems like the wrong jump. But he adjusted his adjusted his map again on some points, and those points are, let's see, this part here, the uphill part, and this jump wasn't there before. He also changed this part so we can go to the right earlier and get a nicer line for this corner. If you want to know how the old will look, how the old version looks like, then you just have to watch session 6 or 7. No, session 7 already. Wow, it's going fast. This is session 8. He also changed this little part, just a slight change, and finally he changed the finish. Instead of going to the right, he now goes to the left. Which in my eyes will probably be better anyway. Pump it up, pump it up. Oh yeah, and this time I'm not using the ground mix to listen to. I'm just listening to a random YouTube video. Because it seems that when I listen to the ground mix, more people have problems watching streams in their countries, and we don't want that. So now I just picked a random video on YouTube. If you want to know the music link, just ask me and I'll put it in the description. Or in the stream chat, not the description. Let's put my screen straight. Yeah. Okay, let's drive a few rounds on TMM-Lifenaught. This is the final version made by Snorstumpy. And again, I'm also going to warm up on this map. I'm all the time, every stream I'm warming up on this map. The first map I do is always the map of Snorstump, it seems. Whoa. Through the darkness. Oh, this song is great. But it's a mix, of course. So. Well, at least the end is way better now. And I'm actually really tired. Yeah, well, really tired. I am a little tired. I went to bed really late yesterday, I don't know, around 3:30. And I had to get up at 6:15. Because I had to work for 8 hours. So I slept like 2 hours. And, or maybe not even 2 hours, I think. No. And I had to go to work, which was which went okay. I wasn't tired on work. When I'm awake, I'm never tired. Once I'm awake, I'm awake, but I can feel it in the evening. So you will probably see me tired after doing those 4 maps. I will probably feel that by then. And streaming is, you know, constantly talking and those kind of stuff can be really tiring as well. But we'll see how we do. Oh, this jump. It's the third time I jump and the third time I crash there. But it doesn't seem to have a really good flow while, you know, when landing and have a nice corner landing. So and it's lagging. Yeah, well, you can always try to look at the VOD, of course. I mean, even if no people would watch the stream, I still stream because the people that built these maps did a great effort, and they want my comments. You also built one of the maps, but I think you can still watch my VOD, and the jump is too short with the speed I have. But yeah, watching the VOD might be the option for you, Toby. There is always something. I mean, where do you live? What kind of internet do you use? I mean, it's not Belgium internet, right? That's the worst. Or well, sometimes Norwegian internet is even worse. And I'm not going to talk about names. If songs like this are playing on the background, I always get energy, so that's good. Look, the landing is isn't far enough. I need more space. I'm jumping too far because I'm going too fast. At least the end is way better than the other map. Let's see, you are... Well, I switched to Chrome now. Maybe it will work. I hope for you. Lol. Live in Germany? 6K internet. 6K? Not even MB? Wait, 6K, 6,000? That's like 6 MB per second? No. What's that? 6K? I mean, we count our internets are in MBs and those kind of stuff. No, this jump is not good. No. I think I already know what to say about the changed parts. Oh, that was a brain bug. I didn't know where to jump anymore. I thought I had to jump to the left for a moment. I don't know, maybe confusing this map with another one I recently drove. Wow, that was an awesome start. And it's even going more awesome. What is it? -11. Yeah. Oh, no drift. 500 kilobytes per second download. That's really the best you can get. Wow. Sorry, my bad. I think. Wow, 500 kilobytes per second, that's nothing. It's no wonder that the stream is lagging when you watch it. 500 kilobytes per second. Okay, so I already know what to say about this map, just driving for a short time, but I already know what tips I can give. It is the final edition, but when it's just being fully honest, when the map will be like this, it won't be a TMM map. It won't be accepted in any round because we miss flow. I'm just watching the stream until 1 year ago. I had 150 kilobytes per second. Wow, at least you improved, Toby, with your internet going from 150 to 500. But okay, let's go to the parts that are changed, because this map is the third time this is the third time I have this map in my stream. So it's only interesting to tell you about the things that changed, and all the other parts are already told in the other streams. The first thing we see is this jump. When I go up here, it's all fine, you know, we have a good amount of speed, we go to the right. Well, we have this narrow part, no problem, it's a good idea. But then we have to jump, which is a problem because I'm jumping too far. And you have two options to make a correction on that. That is, or you have to make the landing more to the left, so the checkpoint goes one to the left and everything goes one to the left, and then just like go to the right here and here. So the first option is to extend the landing with one street part. So you build straight forward and you put the checkpoint like on the grass part here, and then finally you go right and go to that corner, the 180 there. The second option you have is to start jumping on this part. So if you remove this straight part, we already start jumping here, and that might be a solution for the problem as well, because then we jump earlier and we probably land around here, and that would be a good landing, because we are still landing on the part going down instead of the part going straight. You know, it's nicer when your car lands on the part going down. And we land earlier, so we can take the corner, this 90-degree corner, way better. So take a look at the jump. And you told me it's your final version, but just giving tips. Tips. What you did here is very nice. We have two ways to choose. We can go to the right here, and we can go to the right over here. So that's really good. That's a good job what you did. We have more choices, so we can all have our own line, and we have enough space to get a nice drift in this corner, which I told you about last stream. Then we had a problem driving this corner, and now there's no problem anymore driving this corner. So it's a really nice adjustment which you did there. Two options to go to the right. And we go on to this part, which I think is an improvement as well, because our line is better. Snorstump, you of course know, and maybe the other guys watching as well. If you remember session 7, we already went to the right on the place of the pole. So if you follow my arrow, we were going like this. Right, straight on. There was an obstacle here, and then to the right again. And this time he actually turned it around. We go straight on, right, left, right. But this option is more practical. It's better. I don't know. The drift is better. So it's nice you made this adjustment. That you corrected your part of session 7. And then we have, we build up speed, blah blah blah. We have the 180 at the end, which is a good corner. I like the corner, and this time you went to the left. And really nice. You actually thought about my words and indeed build a part where we land turned. So this street part is turned as well, as you can see. and it's having the same turn as this platform. They are both turned to the left. I think for the stream my head have to go the other way, if I'm not mistaken. At least you know what I mean. And then we have to finish. So the end is good as well. At least it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This part is better than it was, so that's a good improvement as well. This part is better than it was as well. But the jump is... Whoop, you have to do something about the jump. Because we land too far. There's too much speed. So or extend it a little bit, or try to jump a little bit earlier by removing this straight part. And yeah, that's the, I think the third time I have your map, Snorstump. And maybe I'll see it a fourth time, because you can still send in maps until the 9th of January of TMM maps. And you guys are all doing a great job by sending all these maps. So I like to see adjustments. So yeah, I think your map improved, at least to what it was last stream, session 7. But you have to think about the jump in, because the fast drivers will jump too far, and that's actually it. Because you already said it is like your final version, and I don't want you to change too much. I mean, it's your map, your thing, and it still has to be... The map has to be you. You know, every builder has his own style. So, yeah. That was the first map made by Snorstump, TMM-Lifenaught, and we'll see if he will send it another time. But at least Snorstump, thanks for sending it in for the I think the third time now, and it's nice to see improvements you made. So awesome, thank you. Okay, then I'll have to continue to the next map, and let me show you what I made. I always make a little Word file with the maps, and now we can delete this map, TMM-Lifenaught. Well, delete it. I won't delete it. I just do a bar under it. Because when I'm going to make this video go on YouTube, I will announce your maps and the builders in the description. So I need this file, and then we go on with random tournament map test by Lukás. That's his real life name, I think. I don't know his in-game name. But random tournament map test. That's me. I have to think about OBS. Okay. Yo, Goat. Hello, hello. Noob ICT. Yeah, well, actually, I'm streaming with Better TV as well. But the only reason I got Better Twitch TV, the name is Better Twitch TV, is because I actually tried to put the stream chat on my screen, that you can see it. If you are going to watch my stream full screen, for example, that you still see the stream on the right side. But I don't know, I couldn't do it. But this is a fun map, Toby. This is not your map. Is it? Oh well, no, this isn't. Your map is... Koenz Nightmare, that's yours. Oh yeah. yeah, people send in their maps pretty damn fast. Okay, let's go to the stream. Perhaps in-game. Yeah, people send in their maps pretty quick. Already after the session 7 stream, I had some maps immediately sent to me. Because people were actually adjusting their map during my stream. When I gave them tips, they were immediately adjusting their maps. That's a great thing to hear as well. And now I'm just going with my camera through the map from start to finish, knowing a little bit where to go. This map is made by, I forgot his name, Lukás. Lukás, that was the name. And oh wow, we can jump here, I guess. That would be a cool option if you can jump here. Let's see, going to the right, left, right. Well, this is a long map actually. Random tournament map test. Yeah, well, it's a random tournament, so first we have to see how long the map is, so I can actually try to figure out what tournament it would fit. Oh. This is nice. This is nice. Oh yeah, I think we have to jump over the wall there. I'm not sure yet, but it must be possible. That would be really fun if that's possible. Oh wow, I bugged. Rummy buggy. Yeah, like this. Ta-da! I like that. That's a plus. Oh wow, forgot about this corner. I thought it was longer. Yeah, then to the right. Finish. Okay, 47 seconds. That would mean at the moment it would be a TMM map. And in the meantime, you know, sometimes the game is just freezing. You probably noticed it yourself as well. When you press delete, it often happens when you press delete. And now it happened to me, so I have to restart again. Many people have problems with the game freezing when pressing a button. But we are going to the moon. Oh well, when pressing delete, they often get a problem. Or when they want to write in the chat and press enter, they often get a freeze as well. I don't know, that's maybe something to do with Trackmania itself. But we are live again, going to drive this map a few rounds. The random map test, tournament map test, map made by Lukás, and I don't know his in-game name, as I already told you. No idea. You know, mine is... Wow, forgot about the corner again, but... My name is easy. I'm Koen, everywhere. And finish. Okay. I think I need some more rounds on this one. Can't drive. I better don't sing, you won't like it. Oh, and I can't get that high with my voice as who's singing? Jason Derulo? No, it's also possible this way by not jumping, but I doubt if that's faster. I don't think so. No, I won't forget the corner. I think this map is quite good, actually. You know, it's not well the best, but let's say 2 seconds off, which gives me a 45. I think the maximum time on this map will be a 44, whatever, mid, low, probably. When no life, it's going to be a 43, I guess. And when it's being accepted at a tournament, it will be no life often. Considering the players nowadays, it's amazing how much spare time people have. Actually, it's can't believe it sometimes. Oh, can't make the jump. Too bad I don't have that time. I'd like to, but at least I have time to stream and test maps. Wow. You might notice I'm already getting tired. As I told you at the start of the stream, I went to bed really late yesterday, slept for 2 hours, and then I had to get up and work for 8 hours. So, phew. And then when I was done with work after 8 hours, I actually had university things to do, and I had to fix my bike. I'm driving a motorcycle as well, the Yamaha R6. And there's a problem with the battery, so I had to check it somewhere and then do university, and I did it until 9 o'clock or something. No, just a little less, I think 8:30. So no life university. I'm actually getting a really hot temperature in my vest. Way too hot. Way too hot. Woo! That's better. Wowie. Let's Koenz, something new about 4 hours dirt. Nope. Wow, what are you writing? Boop. I gotta keep up with the chat, guys. Whatever. Why do you got Marley's login? Yeah, I can drive on Marley's account. I also know Marley's password, but I had to test something for Marley, and I had to do with her laptop and her account. She couldn't play Trackmania on her laptop, so I tried it on my PC to know if her account still works. You will play the ESL RPG Night Cup Friday? Probably I won't, because I have to get up at 6:15 because I have to work. I always have to work on Saturday morning. I had to get out of bed at 6:15, so it's 5:45. And if I'm going to drive a night cup of RPG, then I can't even sleep an hour or whatever, a minute, I guess. So I won't sleep if I'm going to do that, which won't be a good idea. I will be broke that whole day. And I actually have to work next week Saturday in the morning, but I also work at a restaurant, and I'm also going to work in the evening. So if I'm going to drive a night cup and stay awake for 2 whole days without sleeping, then oh man, that won't be a good day. So yeah, I'm still driving the map of Lukás. I keep forgetting about the end, which you probably notice. I'm driving a wrong line there all the time. No, the start is great. I think the start is a good idea, and I also like this idea. Which I also like is this idea, that we can go a bit wider, hitting the wall. Without hitting the wall, of course. But I have my doubts about the end. And that's actually all about this corner. Because we are going quite fast, and we lose a lot of speed driving that 180. And we might go too fast for that corner. Wow, great round. That was a great corner. Oh. Had to release my gas to there. Oh no, it's fine. No, the corner is fine. And we got this. Okay. Oh wow. Yeah, well, 43 is definitely possible. Okay, I drove the map enough rounds. Yeah, I might have to get up a second screen, but that costs money, and I don't want to spend money on a second screen if I don't really need a second screen. Like, I can alt tab. Not going to give out a few €100 for just watching the stream chat, if I can do it on this way as well. But the map made by Lukás, random tournament map test. It's 44 seconds long, so that would mean it will be like a TMM length of map, because ESL is a minimum of 55 seconds or 50 seconds. And a maximum of 1 minute and 5 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not going to be an ESL map, or you have to make it longer. But I'll tell you about your map. Probably you didn't do much about the scenery yet, because you just want your maps to be tested. Which I'm doing right now. So the start, which is good. I really like your combination of corners here to build up speed. And because of the speed, I also like your first corner. I think it's really a good idea, this corner. And I like this platform part as well. You know, we are having a nice speed. I don't know. You can take this 90-degree corner on the building, full speed as well, with a really nice line. So you did a good job, really. And then we have this corner going uphill. Again, I like it. You know, it's easy. when the map is good, or at least corners are good, I have nothing to say. And then we go a little zigzag, and then we have this corner to the right, and I think this is one of my favorites. Favorite corners of the map. And why? Because of the outcome of the map. You know, we can actually try taking the inside here. But I don't think that's the idea of the map builder, because if we had to go to the inside here, he didn't build these half pipes, you know, at least not this one. So these half pipes are really meant to keep up the speed and jump back on the map, and that's what I really like, you know, a double way. And we don't lose speed, because we can go like really drive a wide line. We go here, get wide, and get a nice speed, you know, go outside of the street and jump back on the street, and I really think everyone will do the same. Then there's a little part which I think is a little bit, you know, you can dab about it, think about it. There's quite a straight part between that jump of the half pipes and this corner. And I think you can do more with this part. I think you can already, you know, start a corner earlier. You want to keep up the flow, and you don't want to break the flow with a long straight part. Maybe. At least this one is quite basic, you know. There's a lot of, you know, a lot of seconds between these two corners. Well, a lot, of course. It's probably just 4 or 5 seconds, but you know, Trackmania sayings, it's a lot. But you can maybe, you know, I don't know, make a corner in between, or maybe drive, you know, go more to the right, go this way or whatever. You know, that we jump down here, and we jump down here, and then bam, we have to go to the right, or maybe just another corner without the long straight part. And of course you can still finally end up building some other route that goes blah blah blah, follow the arrow, this route and blah blah, then it goes back, and then you will finally end up here again. That would be nice as well. Sorry, got a drink for a moment. Having some water. I drink a lot of water. I'm being healthy. But yeah, you might think about the long straight part, because that can really be a flow breaker in some way. Because it's not a straight part that's hard. You know, sometimes you have a long straight part of, don't know, 4 or 5 seconds, but we still have to go around obstacles. For example, many people use long parts on the blue, but they still have like poles or these things on the ground, or building these buildings, or walls or whatever. And there are no obstacles between that corner and this corner, so it's just, you know, driving straight. No brains, just straight. So just think about it. Let's go on with the next corner. Yeah, we have a lot of speed going down there, going straight. We go to the right. Yeah, we go to the right. And it's a good corner. This is actually a multi-drift corner. I don't know who asked me. It's on Facebook. Tomorrow I'm going to make a how to multi-drift, or no, explaining the multi-drift technique. Doing a stream about it. Build my own map, which will be probably just a few seconds. But I like this corner. We have some good speed here, and we drive inside pole, and it's a nice long corner to the right. And we end up with some obstacles here, which is a great idea as well. You know, this part, just to make you understand, this is a straight part as well. Coming out of this corner, it's just full speed, full speed, full speed, full speed, full speed, and then we have to drift here again. But this time you are going like, you go to the right and you have some poles, and then go to the left and some more poles, and there's more variation. That's nicer. Whoop, don't zoom in. And then we have this corner to the right. I like that one as well. I think it's a good idea. You have a nice speed approaching the corner, and we can come out pretty wide, so we can come out with a lot of speed. And then we go in the blue. And we go to the left. And this was actually the corner I was thinking about, because it is quite sharp. But that's just training. If you drive this map a few rounds, you can take this corner really good, really fast. And then we finally end up with the last corner, which can be a pain in the ass, because it can be a no drift corner. Because we go uphill with quite a nice amount of speed, and then it might happen that we get a no drift, but well, every corner can be a no drift. So actually I like the last corner as well. Okay, general opinion of the map. I think it's a good map, at least a good map to start your building with for a tournament. As I said, it's let's see, 44 seconds. That's more like the TMT, TMM kind of maps. Maybe you even want to make a TMM map out of this. Still have time to send it in until the 9th of February. Okay, so I really like your start. I really like this part until... So well, let's zoom in a bit so you know that from the start until this part is really good. I really like it. And I also really like, you know, this combination of corners, going to the left, bam, going to the right, uphill to the right. The half pipe over here, which I think is a great idea. I really love the idea of the half pipe and jump on the map. The first maybe negative point is that you have to look about this straight part, because it's like no brains, just straight. No obstacles, no corners as well. It's just going straight, 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 straight. And you might want to, you know, make a turn to the right, because anyway, we are jumping here from this looping part, half pipe part on the map. And because we are jumping, we can maybe steer to the right in the air and then make a drift to the right or whatever. Think of it. Or make maybe more obstacles, or try to make it a little bit harder, you know. TMM is, or whatever, a tournament anyway. Never mind TMM. Tournament maps have to be quite difficult. So you might think about that part. Well, this combination of corners is nice as well. Good speed, good corner, We are getting out of the corner, which is really a good idea. Wow, what am I saying? We get out of the corner with a really good line and a really good idea to build some poles here and have a little bit of scenery, red cushion, the building, whatever, those boards. Drive through the poles, another amount of poles, you know, we are zigzagging. We're going to the right here, going to the left over here. Again, great idea. And then this corner to the right, a 180. And you paid attention to not losing a lot of speed. Why? Because we have the room to go wide here. Oh, we have the room to drive like to the outside of the map. So we can keep our speed, which is necessary because after that you have another straight part on the blue and a nice 180 corner with the finish. So actually my only point of critic is that long part between the two corners. You might want to change it. You can also think like, yeah, well, I don't change it, I think it's good. That's all fine for me. But you might want to try and make it a bit more difficult. And you, of course, you can also make two versions of the same map. Like you can save this one, and then if you are going to make another version with some adjustments on the map, you can still name it on a different name and send that one back again. So that was random tournament map test. The map made by Lukás. I really like your start. You might want to use some more scenery there and here, and use palm trees. You can use some palm trees over here on the blue. You know, palm trees. But I think it's a good map. But yeah, just think about the straight part. And actually, the best part of the map is definitely just the start. The start is your best, the best part you build. After this little jump here, the map is being worse than the start. I think your start is definitely the best, and when reaching this part, then it's like you build a little bit a kind of different map, more straight paths, less corners. So I think your start until this corner is definitely the best. Whoa. Okay, so this was the map made by Lukás, and we go on to the next map. Why always perfect maps in front of my crap max? Well, we'll see, Toby. Yo, Shark. You will see it in a few minutes. Well, you will see it right now. And it's actually called, it's having a funny name. Let me adjust OBS. The map is called Koenz Nightmare. Yeah, so I'm looking forward driving this map. As soon as I got it on my inbox, I was like, Nightmare, you say, yeah? But anyway, you know, Lukás, thanks for sending in your map. I hope you can use the tips I gave you. I think your first, like, I don't know, 30 seconds, no, what is it, 20 seconds of the map is really amazing. And thanks for sending it in, and I might see the map coming back again sometime. Now we go on with the map of Shorty, which has an awesome name, Koenz Nightmare. And it's having palm trees, especially for me. I love palm trees. I think it makes the map a bit more colorful, more fun to drive. And this is the first time I'm going to drive dirt with camera 3. And let's zoom out. Wow. Okay, we have to jump there. This is a fun map, yeah. Well, I feel, let's see it. Corner to the left, cornering to the right. I have another big jump. I think I can jump quite far. I think the landing isn't long enough. But by the way, is this how many maps did you build in total, Shorty? This might, I don't know. At least we have a jump, go left, having another jump, go lefty again, and then we have to go where? Okay, we have to go left, make a 180, go through the checkpoint, and finish. Wait a minute. I'm actually going to try something on your map, and I don't know if it's faster. It might be faster. Oh wait. I'm just going to check for cuts for a moment. That's all fine. Yeah, okay. I might have a cut for you. I forgot to delete the wrong finish. The wrong finish is the last one? Your fourth map. Okay, let's drive this fun map made by Shorty. Koenz Nightmare. Well, we'll see if it's going to be my nightmare this evening. Oh, I like this jump. You can just make it. It's a good idea. Okay, and here I have to look out. Oh wow. I thought I would jump way further than I'm actually jumping. Whee! Yeah, you know, you want jumps like that. That first jump is really fun to drive. And you really want jumps like that on your map when driving on the fun map. And then we have to go whoa, to the right, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Then we go this way. Let's just drive the original way the first round. And then I have to go to the right. Yeah, I make it. Ooh. Okay. Oh wait. I think the music is over, so let's skip to the next. Dirty house, best house. I want the dance mix. Sorry for the interruption. I don't know, I think this one is nice. But first we have a little advertisement. So I just have to talk for 30 seconds. So that's just enough time to drive another round on the fun map of Toby, what am I saying? Shorty. All those names I have to remember. Oh, I can't make it. Maybe now I do. Okay.
Love, not war.
Make love, not war. Okay, there we go. I think I found a really nice mix. Okay. Now we can really start with Koenz Nightmare. Okay, so we have this jump here, which I think is really fun. It is full speed. It's not easy, by the way. So you know, you are also having a public, which at least with maps like this, when building fun maps, you also have a public of well, I don't want to say noobs, because I don't like the word noob, but let's say they are beginners. And if a map is for fun, you also want them to make this jump. And I think those beginners are really going to have a pretty hard time reaching this jump. You know, I have to restart sometimes because of jumping wrong. So you might want to build like a second way to get to the same part. So not only the jump, but another part as well. Now I'm actually going to try and cut. Oh, 1000 is behind. But I think that's like your wrong finish. You forgot to delete that last finish. You know, it might be, because it's a fun map, it might also be a fun idea to just keep that finish and let people decide what they do. You know, have a multiple finish. I can't make the first jump again. After all, it's a Koenz Nightmare map, so yeah, what did I expect? I do like this first rift. Ooh, wow, that was a great jump here. Wow, 2500s in front. Let's drive the original way. Oh shit. Not far enough. Going to check for the stream chat. It's a pro fun map, yeah. Yeah, it's a pro fun map. But you might want to build a... Just already giving a tip. You know, this jump is quite hard, especially for the beginners. And when it's for fun, it will be on fun service. Many beginners will drive your map, hopefully. And you want to build something that makes it easy to reach this part. So maybe, I don't know, extend this dirt part even further and finally connect it to somewhere here on this part. So that they can also drive another way without the big jump, but just a normal driving way. You know, it's for really a public, and we also have to think about the beginners driving the game. We don't want to make them mad because they can't finish a map, right? We want to keep the community alive, and oh, I think I can cut it, really. But what I mean is, we need to keep them in game. Make them having fun driving Trackmania, let them finish maps. Oh, this is a good jump actually, and a good line. Yeah, 1500s in front already. Oh, that was bad. That was my bad, by the way, not your bad, of course. Yeah, it's faster. I tried it. I think it's. I think that way is faster. But anyway, it's a more difficult way. But that's a fun part as well. Just you have two finishes, and you just let the people choose which one is faster. They have to make their own decisions and try to figure out which finish is the fastest one. Which one do they? What do they have to try to get those fast times? You know, you want to challenge them. Ooh, that was close. Almost crashed. And actually, I really like it that someone finally gives me a map that isn't meant for TMM or whoa, look at this one. I had a bug. Oh, I was mistaken. Sorry. The first finish is faster, not the second one. Ooh. Yeah, I think your jump at the start is really much fun. I really like it that you build it like that. But yeah, you are finally. What I was saying is that finally someone sends me a map that has nothing to do with a tournament, just for fun. So now I finally I have the opportunity to think about the other people in game, not only the pros but also the beginners. You know, they want to drive Trackmania, they want to have fun in the game, and we want to build up the community. You know, make Trackmania as strong as like StarCraft, which will probably never happen anyway, but we want to keep the people in game, and the maps have to be built to make them have fun and let them finish a map, which will be hard with the first jump on this one, but I already told you about. Oh, this jump was amazing. Hey, another 2500 faster. And you know, the fast guys always drive the fast times. Also on maps like this, but still it's really much fun for also the other ones to drive it. Okay, so that's your end. I didn't cut anymore. I drove I drove a good end now. I think I drove the good way. Okay. We are going to talk about your map, but first watch the replay apparently, because I'm going to drink something. Oh, I'm just jumping over that ridge there. Now I can actually see myself driving with camera 3, which I barely do. You know, camera 3 looks so different compared to camera 2. I always used to drive camera 2. Okay, let's rock. Camera number 7. Okay, going to talk about different stuff now compared to all the stuff that I talk about when people want their map into the TMM map pack. First of all, different sceneries. You build a map with dirt, jumps, streets, blue parts, and the most important thing, palm trees. Yeah, palm trees. No, but just to be serious, you use different environments. You use blue, street, dirt, and I think that's fun as well. You know, having different aspects in one map. As I already told you, you have to do something about the jump. Well, not about the jump itself, but beginners can't make this jump. I'm sure. So you need to build, you need to extend this dirt part, and then I don't know, you in some way connect it to the street, which probably won't be a really hard problem. You want to keep to jump, so just keep to jump, but extend. Just build something here, and then go left and then up on the map. And then the jump is faster than the other route, of course, but that's like you want to challenge the people that are driving this map, and if they jump, they are faster. So you want to challenge them to try to jump, you know, make them better. And then I really like your first drift, really basic. Try using some environment, by the way, scenery, I mean, because yeah, of course it's like it's empty around the corner, and it's going to be a fun map anyway. So use your creations, your fantasy. I mean, whatever, your fantasy buildings, poles, whatever, roofs. And then we have this jump. And again, for the second time, if I were you, just connect this jump with this landing. Just a straight part, very simple, nothing difficult. But again, beginners won't be able to make this jump, because you really have to drive this corner pretty fast to get the jump. And if you just, you know, build some straight parts between this, just very basic, very simple, then there is no problem, and the beginners can also just keep on driving and finally get to the finish. You, by the way, you might want to use some arrows. Like we have to land on this part, just put an arrow here somewhere in the air, and we have to land there, you know. And then again, if we are driving, look, this is camera 3 style. Well, camera 2 is probably a little bit higher, something like this. and we still can't see the landing. So you want to use an arrow so that the guys know where to jump, where to drive. And then we have this corner. I really like this corner as well, and I really like this jump down as well. I think it's a good idea. And then we reach the blue part. Again, you don't have to build anything on the right, you know, but just try to build an arrow to the left, so people know they have to go to the left. And if they go to the right, then it's their own stupid fault. But you know, try to make at least give a little hint, because I don't think beginners will go camera 7 and try to figure out how the map goes. You know, they will also drive this way, like they see a finish there and they are like, oh, checkpoint, yeah, I'm going to the finish, and then drive to the finish, and then they are like, hey, what the fuck, I missed the checkpoint, where's the last checkpoint? And then they just start over at the start, drive the whole route again, and then they are going probably to the right again, and then they are like, okay, where do I have to go? Left. Oh, I see a checkpoint. And then they go to the checkpoint. And finally they know where to go. Which is quite funny actually, if it would be really like this. But you understand what I mean. Yeah. Oh, and yeah. Oh no. You did it right. I also like your blue part corner here. It's still able to, you know, go between those borders, but that doesn't matter because it's a fun map. Yeah, it's really clear that you have to go to the right, of course. Checkpoint, palm trees, good idea. And then we have to jump. And I think it's really smart to keep a finish on the ground. And then you already know what I'm going to say. Beginners maybe or probably won't make the jump. So you want to have you want to have a finish on the ground. This finish is on the ground, but this landing is in the air. So you want this landing, you want to remove this landing and just use a transition part in front. And it's good that there is a little space between the first and the second finish. Why? Very simple again. If they want to drive fast times, you are going to challenge them to make the jump to the first finish. So they have to get much speed out of that corner, make the jump. You want to challenge them a bit, you know, make them better. Try to make them think about lines, about driving. And if they don't jump or don't reach the jump, they can still finish the map by going to the last finish. So yeah, as you notice, I'm really talking different now compared with those TMM maps that you all send me, or the really technical maps, tournament maps. We also have to think about beginners, you know, a lot actually. But I really think it's a fun map to drive. Still some things to be done, but it's especially about the jumps, not the corners. It's the jumps that might be a problem. And sometimes, you know, put an arrow to know where to go. I mean, this jump doesn't need an arrow. If people are going to jump straight on and they are going on the grass, well, they can still continue their driving. And next time they know they have to go to the right. So that's simple. So this one doesn't need an arrow, but the first one and maybe this big one as well. And maybe at the end. And another important thing, use your imagination. Use scenery, make it fun. Use a lot of scenery, maybe. So, yeah, well, Toby, yeah, beginners might be sully. You know, we have all been a beginner. Maybe you still remember the time that you were a beginner your own. And when you were driving maps for the first time and you didn't know anything about the game, you were just like, oh, the way the street is going there, let's go that way, you know. And just, you don't think, you just drive the map. If you see a finish, then you think, oh, let's go to the finish. Let me get up with the street. Palm trees, yeah, palm trees. Yeah, indeed, Kick and Diff. You know, it's good that you talk with us during the stream, saying that the second finish is a nice idea as well. You know, being placed on the grass, on the ground. And you know, a very important thing as well is scenery. You know, use your imagination, build funny things, poles, whatever, crazy stuff. So, this was the map of Shorty, named Koenz Nightmare. I still like your name of the map, but I don't think I'm going to have a nightmare about this map tonight. I do know that I'm going to have a good night. I will sleep like a rose, that's for sure. Okay, so we are going. Knack, my back says knack. Okay, so we are going to continue with the last map. First, we are going to close the one of Shorty. Thanks, Shorty, for sending in your map, and apparently the game is like, no, don't want to close down. So we have to do this again. But Shorty, I'd like to thank you for sending in the 4th map you ever built, which is a fun map, a map for random servers, and I really like that you finally gave me a map like this. You know, also talk about the beginners, and it's really nice to have maps like this as well. So really a big thanks for finally sending in a map like this. I really like talking about it. So thanks for testing, no problem. And if you are going to adjust things, send it in again, okay? I'll test it a second time for you. Okay. We have one more map. TMM Headache, map by Toby. I'm not having a headache at the moment, but it's going to be TMM Headache. Another TMM map. Again made by Toby. He built a lot of maps. I'm testing a lot of Toby's maps. And let's change OBS to the game. I'm also having a Skype message. But I have to answer that question later, not during the stream. Okay, general look on the map. Technical, you know. And as you can see, it's also compact. The corners are all the time going to the inside. You know, he keeps building back to the center of the map, which is nice. Okay, so let's follow the map for a little bit. Co-pilots. Okay, so left, right, going down, little blue part. And I know Toby as a builder, since he also already sent in a lot of maps. So probably this one will be a good map. If I know Toby's maps. All the other maps were good. At least I had to help him a lot with one map, which was a duo. But it finally ended up being an amazing map. Really one of the greatest TMM maps of the pack, I believe. Or going to be one. It's going to be in the TMM map pack, that's for sure. And then we have to finish. Okay, so ready to rock. Close that, close that. How can you send a map to me? There are two easy ways. But I don't give my Skype to everyone watching the screen, because then I had a Skype list of, I don't know, an amazing amount of people. But you can send in your maps by Facebook. And I just put my Facebook link in the chat. And what you do is you build a map, you save the map, and you just upload it to, for example, what was the website that guy was using? Give me a moment, gotta search it. Ah, yeah. Okay, so these are the two links you want to use. This is my Facebook, and then if you build your map and you saved your map and you want to send it to me, then just upload it on speedyshare.com. Then you get some links when it's uploaded, and just send one of those links, or at least I don't know, send that link to my Facebook profile. Just send me a message on my Facebook profile. And I'm watching my Facebook profile every day, and when I got your map I just put it inside the Word file, and I'm going to drive it the next time. So that will be maybe session 9. Yeah, who knows? We already are at session 8 and we keep continuing. I have almost like 2 sessions or 3 sessions each week, and that's thanks to you guys as well. A lot actually, because without your help there is no testing session stream. But Keek and Deef, that's how to do it. So I look forward to seeing a map of you. Okay, we are going live with TMM Headache, made by Toby. In other words, his name is Lifelux. You might know him from the team IGN. And in my eyes, he's a great builder. He built a lot of good maps. Ooh, wow, that's a weird corner. And this is the first round on his map. And we are just trying to see where we have to go. And the pole at the end. Silver medal first round. Of course we are going for the auto record. We always go for the auto record. But this is full speed. This is the first drift, I think. Second drift. This is full speed as well. Yeah, great corner there. Yes, you can feel it immediately if a corner is good. And by the way, it's not that I'm having preferences for people building maps or whatever. Everyone is equal to me. It's all about the map and not about the person building the map. Even if Kayan builds a map and it's totally shit, then even if Frostbaler builds a map and it's totally shit, I will tell them that it's totally shit. So just letting you know. This corner is hard. Crashing guard 2 times now. Let's just try to drive some safe rounds and start to know the map instead of risking it and crashing everywhere. I already hit the pole this round. Wow, outside pole. Ooh, little bug. What? I see a link to a map. Kenzo. Kenzo sending me a link. That was a bad line for me. Bad line, finish. Before I judge about the map, I always like to get the auto record, because I always think that I don't know a map good enough before I have the auto record. I want to have a good opinion about the map, and I think I can do it when having the auto record, at least the auto record. So I can already tell you some things about the map, at least my thoughts about it. I was being a little bit quiet, just paying attention to the map. But this is a good map, and there are more difficult parts during the round, which one of the difficult parts is the one where I'm crashing the most, which is somewhere in the middle. I will tell you when I'm there. Just trying to, I'm actually trying to risk it probably. Let's see. So yeah, first of all, I like the start. It's a great idea to build up speed like that. It's a start I haven't seen before, using that combination. Now taking the safe line and oops. Oh wow, I still have to get used to this corner every round. And auto record? Not yet. We continue. It's I lose a lot at the end. Yeah, finally I got it normal. Gee, there we go. Auto record. And we can talk about the map. There we go. I'm actually dubbing. If I think I will stream until around 11 o'clock, and then I'm going to do some chilly things. So at Kenzo, I see you put a link in the stream chat. I can probably do one more map, and then I'll finally finish. Then I'll see the maps coming from session session number 999. Okay, TMM Headache made by Lifelux. Let's talk about the map, guys. First of all, the start. It's a good start. It's a great way to build up speed, and we also receive a good amount of speed. And I really like the first corner. It's really fast-paced, really good idea, having those blue parts with the platforms around it. Also buildings, you know, that's also scenery. It's not only practical because we have to go around it, but it's also scenery that he's using. He's using these blocks to drive around them, and it's also a part of scenery. You can see that the scenery. And then we have this 180. I call it a 180 at least, you know. Oops, one nice 180. Again, good corner. This one, good corner. Good corner. And then we are coming to the hard part. And actually, this part is one of the hardest parts. Why? Because this street is turned. And we have to drive a corner to the right. So when we are driving a little bit too much to the left on the turned part, which goes straight, then we will jump a little and then we can't go to the right. So we really have to drive on the right side here to make it. But I do think this is a really good idea. Why? Because it's difficult and it's going to be for a tournament. So you just have to think, yeah, fuck the pros, I'm going to do some difficult stuff in my map. And this is one of the parts that might be difficult, or a part where people will crash. Which will be fun to see when you guys are actually watching matches. Or maybe driving matches your own. It will be a part to drive safe. And I really like it. Okay, next corner. Yeah, I have so less to say. Again, it's a good corner, you know. We are coming from this side, up, drive to the right, and then a nice long corner to the left. And I like the transition that you build here. It's not a problem that we are going from a turned part to the straight street. Because it's blue, we have a lot of grip. We can use the air brake to stabilize our car, and we can actually just full speed the whole corner. If we have a good line, we can drive it really fast. This is the corner making mistakes, but was able to correct myself. This is the corner I probably have to train the most if I'm going. If this map will be in the TMM map pack. Yeah, what to say? It's a good map. I don't know if anyone tried it, or you probably tested yourself, but it's a great map that you build here, and also great scenery. You use also the street, the map itself for scenery. You use some blocks, corner, editing, whatever you call it. There again, there again. But yeah, this last few corners are a really good, a good combination as well. This one is really a fast-paced corner. You want to get a lot of speed out of here, because you can have a wide line, which you think about. You thought about it when building, you know, that we have a lot of speed, and now we have the space to go wide. You know, get out of this corner with a good amount of speed, and then turn into the last drift and go up. And I really think it's a good idea that you put the pole here, because that's really a challenging pole for the match. If people are actually going too wide, then they can't make the inside, so it's or they are going to crash against the pole, or they have to choose the outside. But if someone is like 0.20, 0.10 behind and he drives the last corner on the inside, then he's way faster, and that might be a decision making point of the map, the last part before the finish. So I really like that you put the pole there. Let me have an overall look. Not much to add. Not much to add, dude. No, oh, there is something. There is something. Let me just have a little look on the blue parts. Nope, there's no. There, maybe here. You forgot about something, and you didn't use palm trees. You know, some palm trees over here. That, you know, this map is a 9 out of 10. With palm trees, it's a 10 out of 10. Okay, enough space to build a palm tree. Okay. Well, Lifelux, probably you have to see the VOD, because if you were watching the stream, you were talking in the chat. You always do. So yeah, I really like your map. It's definitely again, there's a good chance for this map to be in the map pack. I don't know, lately you built some great maps, and I don't know how much time you actually spent building maps like this, but there's really a good flow. You used a good combination of corners, you used new corners, new parts, new ideas, no palm trees, which is bad, and I think it's a great map. Don't change the map. Keep it like this. Keep it like this. Yeah, it's really a good map. Let me check for cuts just for a moment, by the way. You know, you never know if there's a cut somewhere. And there are no cuts. Okay. So yeah, keep it like this. I really like your map. I think it's a great idea, and I don't want to see it back. You just have to send it. Great idea, great map. Keep it like this. Thanks for sending in. And I'll see your next map coming, because you always have a lot of maps. So then the last map I'm going to do of this night is the map of Kenzo. And I have to open it. Give me a moment. At Kenzo, is this a tournament map or a fun map? Udyr Tiger stands. I don't know what Udyr stands for. It might be a tournament, but I actually have no idea. And in the meantime, you are still waiting, because the stream is, you know, I don't know, 5-10 seconds behind. I'm talking, and then 10 seconds after you probably hear it. So I will just talk about the map, or at least go through the map, and then I finally see your answer on my question. So we go to the right, ESL. I see an ESL picture, so this means this map is actually for an ESL tournament. And we can win money. Now it's getting interesting. What did you build it for? What does Udyr stands for, actually? Is this map already accepted for ESL, or do you still have to send it in for the ESL tournament? Okay, let's talk about the map. And the answers, they will come in a moment. So we are going to the right. A lot of right. Going a little bit up to the right. Then we have a platform corner to the left. And then a corner to the right, to the left. Going back to the center to the map here. You can see the same again, you know. He's going a little bit wide, you know. He's going out of the map, outside all the other parts, and then he's just turning so much to the left that he's finally going back to the center of the map again, making a compact map, which people like. Okay, so we are going to the right, and we have to finish. I guess this map is around 40 seconds as well. It's not a long map. It's actually a really short map. I guess around 40 seconds. No answers yet, so I'm going to drive a little around on your map. Drive a little around. Let's see. I forgot that there was a narrow part over there. This is the 180 going back to the center now. Yeah, you can see the street above you. Ah, that last corner. The reason why I have to laugh is because there's just one way to drive that last corner, and there is no other option. You can see that you have to go down on this last corner, and it's like a 180. The only way to drive to drift this last corner and drive it really fast is to have a little jump here. If you're fast enough, you can jump on the left side of this map and then drift that last corner and drive it really fast. There's no way you can make the map if you are driving here on the right side or something, you know, because you get out wide. But I really like the idea. And it's really a nice finish because it will be a risky finish, and again people will have problems with it, which is fun to see. It's fun to have an exciting match and see people failing at some points. I don't know, it's always funny to see. And it's more challenging to drive it the good way. And you want to challenge the guys driving the tournament, of course. Ooh, there were a long corner to me. Okay, there we go. Oh wow, it's really short. It's like not. I thought 40 seconds. It isn't an ESL map. Oh, I thought it was because of the boards of ESL. It's a fun map, apparently. This map is a fun map. And it's called after a champion of League of Legends. Okay, just because of this map being built for a guy of League of Legends, it already scores a -1. And this map is already online, by the way. Ooh, that's a long right corner there. I actually never knew you were a really good map builder as well, Kenzo. I know you build a lot of videos for me. You were my movie maker, actually, kind of. And I never thought you actually built maps. Or that you like building maps. This really is an amazing shorty. This map should be on a mini server, a short server. Really much fun to drive. And it's really challenging. It's very short, but it has really a lot amount of corners. It's really a technical map. And it's really challenging, and all of that just in 28 seconds. So it's a really good mini. Minis like this could actually be used for the Knights Cup or something. A really good challenging mini. Oh wow, this corner again. But I think this is a map again that I don't have a lot of tips for. If I would drive a map like this online, I'd like it. I will talk about the map though in a moment. I already have the auto record, but I just like driving a few more rounds because I just like to drive the map. Oh, hitting the wall. Is there actually already a... It's not on TMM-Lifenaught or whatever? Or is it? Yeah, you can drive this map 26 probably. A really good round will probably be a 26 anyway. Oh yeah. Yeah, code fastly, no palm trees, it's -2, yeah. That's a good one. No palm trees, so it's already a -2. So your maximum score can be an 8. So -1 is because of it's called to a League of Legends legend or whatever champion. 2, it has no palm trees. He made a collection for this champion. Udyr. Apparently the guy is called Udyr. Next time rename your map to a Trackmania legend. Oh wow, I think the my most difficult corner will be that long right corner. I'll tell you why in a moment. Oh, I lost my grip. Still faster. I also have the feeling I'm driving it wrong somehow, a wrong line. But that's why I can't really say something yet, because I first have to get a good line. I do have the auto record already, but auto record says nothing on this one. It was way it was a really easy one. Yeah, now I have a good line. Yeah, I like this. Exactly the same time. Probably a 26 maybe isn't possible. I actually think my timing isn't that bad actually. I think it's 27 mid. It can be the world record. But I really like her map. It's really a map that can keep you driving in game. Just because of driving. One thing to drive around. And I think this one will be 100 if people know about it. Oh, talking about saying a world record in the middle, 27 middle, talking about having a middle time, 27:50 exactly. Not a bad round. It's still not the fastest, of course, just checking. Pretty funny to see myself driving camera too. You know, now I can actually see how close I am to the walls, which isn't close. And our last corner was good. Okay, so we are going to talk probably pretty fast about the map. First opinion is that it's a great map. It's really a good mini, a really good fun mini. It can go on a mini server or short server right away. It can be accepted in a Knights Cup right away. But I think Knights Cup are even shorter. But it's really good. And we are going to talk about the map. First thing I like is that this corner to the right. Yeah, we have this corner to the right, and then here the map is going sideways. It's turned. And I like it because we really have to drive on the inside here, because if we are going too wide, we fly against the wall. So it's just a technical thingy. Then yeah, this corner is all fine. I really like your platform corner as well. And this is the corner that gives me the most problems. Why? Well, we are not having like really much speed out of the platform corner, but this right corner is pretty long. And I actually have to drift in two ways. My first way is that because of this little jump, I can turn my car in the air a little. That's the first drift. The second drift is because of this. Well, how can I show you the best? Probably. Yeah, well, probably just because of from my eyesight. You can see that this can be a little jump as well. So this is the first jump, and then I don't start drifting on this place already. I try to jump on this part as well, and then I will start to drift, because it's still such a long way before we finally go down. So because of the speed before the corner and this long 90-degree corner, it makes it really hard. It's a difficult corner to drive really fast. I actually don't start drifting after the first one, but as I said, I start drifting at the second one, because there's still such a long corner to the right. Yeah, I think it's a good corner anyway. it's not a bad corner, okay? But it's really a good corner, but people have to think about how to take this corner with a nice speed. As you saw, really often I come out of the corner too wide. So that means that the speed coming out of the corner is fine, so that's no problem. But it's about this this middle part here. But that's just a technical thingy. That's drivers. Drivers have to think about that corner. How can they take it the fastest? Just looking at the check for a moment. Then we have this corner to the left. Really important is that you don't go too wide on this one, because then you will jump here and you have a big chance of getting a no drift, and after all, your line is really bad when you are going too wide in this corner. You won't get a good line. You want to go down on this part in the middle. You want to be in the middle. Then you can really have a nice turn to the left, have a nice drift, nice corner, and a shitty pole. I think I hit the pole 3-4 times during the short session I drove the map. But it's really good you put a pole, because there's really no use of driving in the middle on this place or even on the right side, because we have to be on the left side for the transition to the other map. So it's really good you build a pole there. On the one hand it's challenging, on the other hand it actually tells you which side you have to drive. You have to drive on the left, not on the right. So again, good corner. Then we go up. We don't have a lot of speed here, by the way. But I also wasn't driving the corner really well. But this corner, what to say? We still have enough speed to drift a really nice corner over here. And we still have enough speed to, well, go out of the corner pretty wide, get that little jump here, and drift a very nice 180 into the finish. Probably the best thing about your map is the finish, in my opinion. And with the finish I mean the last map, because it's the hardest corner on the map, and you really have to do something to get the last 180. You really have to get a little jumpy something to drive the last corner. It's really challenging, and it's a fun map, and you know, they are going to drive this in time attack, they are going to no-life these maps in time attack, and then you want to have hard, difficult you want to have difficult aspects in your map. Do I say it right in English? Aspects. An aspect. Jesus. You want to have difficult corners. Put it like that. Aspects. I think I say it right. But you want to have difficult things, because this map will be no life. So this corner, this 180 here, that's a difficult one. This 180 at the end is a difficult one. And I think your end is the best corner of the map. The most difficult one, the most challenging one, and the most fun one to drive when doing time attack, because you can have a world record round and lose everything in that last corner, and then you are like shit, and then you just keep driving the map because you want to drive the last corner very good. And well, to reach the last corner you still have to drive at least 27 seconds. So yeah, really good map, Kenzo. I really like it. Is it online on TMX, by the way? I don't think so, because you didn't send me a TMX link. You sent me a share link, a speedy share link. But yeah, thanks for sending this one in. It's really a good map, a really good mini. It's great fun driving it. I'm happy I got it in on my files now. I can drive it more often. So let's go that game. Voila! There you can see yourself in the chat, and I can see myself a lot of times. Okay, let's close some things. Can close this one. Google, and then we only have the stream, the Word file, which I will save because I need to make a VOD out of this video, and then I already have the names and the builders. I will write Lifelux here, Lifelux. Oh wait, I still have to. Oh yeah. It's 8 out of 10 stars. Yeah, okay. Well, actually, it's 8 out of 8 because you started with -2. You still no. Okay, let's say 8 out of 10. Yeah, no palm trees, -1, and it's named after a League of Legends champion. Driving a Trackmania map, which is named to a League of Legends champion. Huh? Yeah, I have to know the map. Title stats by Kenzo. Okay, so I noted the maps. You will see your names and the name of the maps on the VOD description on YouTube. Like I'm doing the last 2 sessions, I think, or at least session 7 I did it. I will now make an end to the stream. It's already past 11 o'clock. Not that I'm going to bed or something, but I'm going to do some other things. Maybe play some Modern Warfare 2. I like playing shooters as well. I really like to thank everyone sending in the maps again. I think it were a really bunch of nice maps this time. And keep them coming on my Facebook or in the chat, as Kenzo is doing, or Skype if you have my Skype. I check everything and I make a list. And next session, session number 9 already, in a short amount of time, I will have some different maps built by you guys. So thanks for watching, thanks for sending the maps, and I hope I will see some maps coming back with some tips I gave to you. So have a good night, and Kikandif is going to send me a map, which he's working on it right now. Okay, I can't wait for it. I'll see it coming on my Facebook profile, I guess. And I announce on my Facebook when the next session will be there, and I guess somewhere next week. Just wait for it. Probably Tuesday, maybe tomorrow. I don't know how many maps I will get, but we are already at session 8. It's going amazing, thanks to you. And we are going to close down now. So thanks for sending, thanks for watching, and keep the maps coming, guys. Have a good night, sleep well. Don't do things I wouldn't do. So